This video is going to be about calorie tracking. If that is not a healthy mindset or place for you to be in, please skip this video and come back for the next one. If you're okay with tracking, if you struggle with tracking, if you're burnt out from tracking, then this video is definitely for you. If you're new here, hey, I'm Allie. I'm on a fantabulous weight loss quest, and hopefully you'll subscribe, come along for the ride, because I put out new videos every day. So this has happened so many times at this point that I feel like it may be helpful for some people to have a video about it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about lying to yourself. Now, not everyone is lying to themselves, right? Some people are able to track and be very reasonable and make sure that they are as close as possible to getting in that calorie deficit, and they, get results because of that. But there is another group of people that is tracking, but they are not reasonable. They're not honest with themselves or anyone else for that matter. And it becomes incredibly challenging for them to have consistent results. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be talking about any of the secondary conditions or anything like that. So, for example, if you have PCOS, right? I'm not referring to that. Many people struggle while on a GLP-1 because of their secondary conditions.
Kevin, why are you a pretzel today? What is happening? You're like a baby dinosaur trying to eat everything. Trying to bite my hand. Don't bite my hand. Your ear's inside out. Kevin, you're just not appropriate for the video right now. Just not appropriate.
Anyway, he's just waking up, getting crazy. I'll try to keep him entertained long enough so I can make this video. So, I'm not talking about secondary conditions, okay? I'm just talking about straight up calorie tracking. So, I'm going to put some pictures up here, and I want to start out by saying that I am not critiquing what this person is eating. Right? There are many, many different ways to go about being on a GLP-1. There is nothing wrong with eating tacos, okay? Carbs are not your enemy. And it is really hard to critique what somebody puts in a video or a post because you don't know how much they actually ate. You don't know what all ingredients are in it, right? So we're going to take all of this with a grain of salt. It is not meant in any way to be a critique of this person. The pictures were just so perfect that I just had to use it as an example. So I just want to be clear there. Okay, so this person was like, come with me, eating, a day on GLP-1. Now, I love these videos. I love to see what people are eating. And this particular day, again, we're just looking at one person's day out of their whole week. Keep that in mind. For this one day, this person was hitting the sour cream hard. There's nothing wrong with sour cream. I love sour cream. I keep it on hand. I use it. I am not one of those people that will substitute yogurt for sour cream. I can't do it. It doesn't taste the same. I can't do it. But the reason why I wanted to point this out is because the number of times that people have come to me for help and they're like, Allie, I know you're not a doctor. I know you're not a dietitian. Can you just look at what I'm doing and please help me? And I'm like, yeah, let's go over it. Let's see what's going on. Maybe we can get you to one of those, medical providers and they can help you, but at least you'll have a baseline. So I've had so many people come to me and they're like, okay, this is what I eat in a day. Here's just one day. And they say, oh, it's a black bean taco. It's got lettuce and tomatoes and cilantro and sour cream and guacamole, and it's so good. It's great. There's protein from the beans. I use a low carb tortilla, right? But what they don't say, or what they don't log, is the amount of sour cream that's being used. And this is why you will hear so many of the like gym bros that get bent out of shape if you are not tracking your condiments. Now, are there some condiments that I personally feel like you don't need to be tracking, like ketchup or mustard, or things that just have calories, but like they don't have a whole lot? Yes. But are there some things that if you're not going to track them, you need to be careful and you need to be reasonable? Absolutely. Honey mustard is my downfall. I will go to town on some honey mustard and absolutely screw up my calories for that meal. Because you don't realize how many calories are in them, right? Until you really look at it and you start adding it up. Ranch, sour cream, things of this nature. So let's go through these pictures. So we got a taco with a giant globule. I mean, this thing is damn near half sour cream. I mean, damn, girl. Would you like a side of taco with your sour cream? I get it. People love it. It's fine. And if this had been the only instance, it would not have been a red flag to me. I would have been like, all right, dang, okay, she really liked that sour cream, yo. Whatever. Then for snack, what do we have? Black beans and sour cream. And just based off of the size of the bowl, and again, we don't know how much of this she ate before she took the picture. Like, this is a lot of sour cream. And then another taco that was assaulted by sour cream. Now, for somebody who potentially does this every single day, they may think, oh, I'm eating this vegetarian taco because it doesn't have any meat. It's just beans. It's going to be really low in calories. They may be thinking, well, instead of a bag of chips, I had black beans, which are good for you, and some sour cream as a snack. I made a good choice. Oh, I had a taco, but it had lots of vegetables on it, so it was a good choice. Now, I'm not saying these are bad choices, but what I'm saying is they're not tracking. They're not tracking the sour cream. And that can be problematic, because if this is just one day that this person did this, and then maybe a couple days more in the week they do it again, or with other condiments that are high in calories, you've just completely blown your calorie deficit in 2, 3, 4 days, and you didn't mean to. And then when you look at it, you will say to yourself, I'm tracking all my calories. I don't understand why I'm not losing weight, right? And then you start to get down on yourself. You start to get frustrated. You start to get burnt out by tracking calories. You start to say, this isn't working. My body is broken. This is terrible, right? We all know that cycle. But it all started with too much sour cream and not tracking the amount that was used. There are so many people that struggle with this. They will be eating the healthiest, whole foodsiest diet ever. No processed, nothing. And they make up for it with sauces and condiments and their calories are through the roof. And then they get frustrated and angry and they give up because they're like, oh, well, my body's just, it's down regulated. I'm not burning that many calories. It's the sauce. It's the condiments. You think because this is what you like on a taco that there are not as many calories in that taco as there are in that sour cream. And I'm not saying that you have to deprive yourself. I'm not saying that at all. Right? Like, I'm a sour cream girly. I got my dollop of Daisy, okay? I'm not playing around. I'm not saying that you have to go without. What I'm saying is you have to do one of two things. You either have to accurately measure and track, or you need to compensate for those additional calories, either in your numbers or overestimate, right? Like for those of us using MyFitnessPal and you're like estimating, you're not really weighing things out. You're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, this is definitely more than 2 tablespoons of sour cream. So let's just say it's 4, right? You're doing that. You either have to do it for real and measure it out, or you have to overestimate, in which case it may show that you go over your calories for the day, right? But you need to be prepared for that. And I think that far too many people are just not being honest with themselves about what they're doing. And then they're struggling in their GLP-1 weight loss journey and they don't understand why. I think this is a major contributing factor, just based off of what I've seen. So if you are someone who is tracking, if you're not seeing results, there are many things that can play into that. But one thing that you can double check is make sure that you are measuring out those high calorie, high fat condiments accurately. That way you're not shooting yourself in the foot and not realizing it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the ride. If you are looking for a source for GLP-1s, definitely drop down into my comments. The description box. It's the first link. There are other links there. So if you're looking for protein shakes or you're looking for my reviews playlist where I review all sorts of fun products. Just recently, I did a review on fiber cotton candy. It was amazing. Go check it out. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video. As always, be kind, rewind.